What if the body could naturally produce more vitality? Simply by receiving the nutrients, minerals, and plant compounds modern diets quietly removed. Today, millions of people rely on industrialized drinks just to make it through the day. Coffee loaded with sugar, artificial energy drinks, highly caffeinated sodas, quick fixes designed to temporarily mask exhaustion, and for a few hours they seem to work. But then the crash comes. The brain feels foggy again. The body feels heavy. The motivation disappears. And people start reaching for even more stimulation just to feel normal. But what if real energy was never supposed to come from artificial stimulation? Long before energy drinks, synthetic supplements, and processed stimulants existed, many traditional cultures already relied on natural beverages to stay mentally sharp, physically strong, and emotionally balanced. Not drinks designed to overstimulate the nervous system, but drinks that help the body function better from the inside out. And the surprising part is that many of these natural drinks still exist today, hidden in ancient traditions, simple ingredients, and forgotten health practices most people rarely think about anymore. In this video, we're going to explore 7 natural drinks that modern science is now connecting to better circulation, deeper hydration, improved focus, stress recovery, endurance, and more stable energy throughout the day. And number 5 may completely change the way you think about nutrition and vitality. But the final drink was once considered so valuable in ancient Asia that it was reserved for people believed to possess extraordinary importance. If you enjoy videos about natural health, longevity, and forgotten wellness secrets, subscribe now. Because your body may not need more stimulation. It may simply need the right conditions to create energy naturally again. Number 1. Hibiscus Cinnamon Infusion. The drink that wakes up. Circulation. Most people think low energy starts in the brain, but sometimes fatigue begins in the blood vessels. Think about it. Your cells need oxygen, your muscles need nutrients, your brain needs circulation, and when blood flow slows down, the entire body can begin to feel sluggish, heavy, and mentally dull. That's one reason hibiscus tea has quietly remained popular across parts of Africa, Mexico, the Caribbean, and the Middle East for generations. People didn't drink it because it was trendy. They drank it because it made them feel refreshed, alive, lighter. Now, modern research is beginning to explain why. Hibiscus is naturally rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidant compounds that may help support nitric oxide production and healthy blood vessel function. In simple terms, this can help circulation move more efficiently through the body. And when you combine hibiscus with cinnamon, something interesting happens. Cinnamon may help support blood sugar stability, which matters more for energy than most people realize. Because one of the biggest hidden causes of fatigue is not lack of sleep. It's unstable energy spikes and crashes throughout the day. This combination creates a drink that feels refreshing without being aggressive. No violent caffeine rush, no nervous jitters, no sudden crash. Just a smoother feeling of energy and flow. In many traditional cultures, hibiscus drinks were consumed cold during hot afternoons because they seemed to revive the body naturally. And honestly, many people today are not truly exhausted. Their bodies are simply struggling to circulate energy efficiently. To make it, steep dried hibiscus flowers with a cinnamon stick for about 10 minutes. Drink it warm or cold. And sometimes, energy returns the moment the body starts flowing again. But the next drink works in a completely different way. By changing how the brain experiences energy itself. Number 2. Matcha green tea. The calm energy the modern world forgot. Most people today don't really have energy, they have stimulation. Coffee in the morning, another coffee in the afternoon, sugar when the crash arrives, and then exhaustion again at night. But what if real energy was never supposed to feel anxious, rushed, or overwhelming? That's exactly why matcha became so respected in ancient Japan. For centuries, Zen monks drank matcha before meditation because it helped them stay mentally alert for long periods without creating inner agitation. And modern science now understands why. Matcha contains caffeine, but it also contains a rare compound called L-theanine. This changes everything. Because L-theanine helps promote a calm and focused brain state while softening the harsh overstimulation normally associated with caffeine. Instead of creating a sharp spike followed by a crash, matcha tends to produce smoother and more stable energy. Many people describe it as feeling awake but peaceful, and unlike regular green tea, matcha is made from entire tea leaves ground into powder. That means the body receives a much higher concentration of antioxidants and protective plant compounds. One of the most studied is EGCG, linked to brain health, metabolism, and cellular protection. In other words, matcha doesn't just temporarily stimulate energy. It may help protect the very systems involved in producing energy long term. That's a completely different philosophy from modern energy drinks. And maybe that's the deeper problem today. People are trying to force energy out of exhausted bodies instead of nourishing the body so energy can return naturally. Traditionally, matcha is whisked slowly with hot water until smooth and frothy. And maybe that ritual itself matters too, because calm energy often begins with slowing down first. But the next drink works in a completely different way, by restoring the minerals modern bodies quietly lose every single day. Number 3. Coconut water with lime and sea salt. Nature's forgotten electrolyte. Formula. Many people think they're tired because they need more caffeine, but sometimes the real problem is dehydration, not the kind that makes you feel thirsty. The deeper kind, cellular dehydration. Because the human body runs on minerals and electrical signals, every heartbeat, muscle contraction, and nerve impulse depends on electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and sodium. And when those minerals become depleted, the body starts slowing down in ways most people never recognize. Brain fog, weakness, muscle fatigue, afternoon crashes, low motivation. In many cases, the body is not lacking energy. It's struggling to hold and use hydration properly. That's why coconut water has been valued for generations across tropical regions of Asia, South America, and the Caribbean. Long before modern sports drinks existed, people already used fresh coconut water to recover after heat exposure, physical labor, and exhaustion. And science now explains why. Coconut water naturally contains potassium, magnesium, calcium, and small amounts of sodium, minerals essential for hydration, circulation, nervous system balance, and muscle recovery. But what makes this drink even more powerful is the simple combination of lime and sea salt. The lime adds vitamin C and refreshing acidity. The sea salt helps replenish sodium lost through stress, sweating, and daily activity. Together, the mixture acts almost like a natural electrolyte formula, without artificial dyes, without excessive sugar, without the heavy crash many energy drinks create afterward. And maybe that explains why some people feel dramatically better after restoring minerals their body has quietly been losing for years. To make it, simply combine pure coconut water, fresh lime juice, and a tiny pinch of sea salt. Drink it after exercise, during hot afternoons, or whenever your body feels drained. Because sometimes fatigue is not a lack of motivation. Sometimes the body's internal currents are simply running dry. Number 4, beetroot ginger drink. The root that helps oxygen. Reach your cells. Most people never think about oxygen when they think about energy. But every cell in your body depends on it. Your brain needs oxygen to focus. Your muscles need oxygen to move. And your mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside your cells, need oxygen to produce stable energy efficiently. That's why poor circulation can quietly leave people feeling exhausted even when they sleep enough. And this is exactly where beetroot becomes fascinating. For generations, beetroot was consumed across parts of Eastern Europe and Asia as a strengthening food during physically demanding work and harsh winters. People noticed it seemed to improve stamina long before science understood why. Today, researchers know that beets are naturally rich in nitrates. Inside the body, those nitrates can convert into nitric oxide, a compound that helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. In simple terms, this may help oxygen travel more efficiently throughout the body. And when oxygen delivery improves, something interesting often happens. Physical effort feels easier, mental fatigue decreases, endurance improves. Some studies have even linked beetroot juice to better exercise performance and cardiovascular efficiency because of how it supports blood flow and oxygen use. But adding ginger changes the experience even more. Ginger contains powerful compounds called gingerols that may help support digestion, circulation, and inflammation balance. And digestion matters more for energy than most people realize. Because when digestion becomes sluggish, the entire body often feels heavy and slow, too. That's why this drink tends to feel warming, revitalizing, and deeply energizing without relying on massive amounts of caffeine. To make it, blend beetroot with water, fresh ginger, and a little lemon juice. Some people drink it in the morning, others use it before workouts or long workdays. And the effect often feels surprisingly physical, not jittery, not aggressive, just stronger. Because sometimes exhaustion is not about lacking motivation. Sometimes the cells simply need better access to oxygen. Number 5, fresh wheatgrass juice. The green drink that feels almost alive. Some drinks stimulate the body, but others feel like they feed it. And few natural drinks create reactions as interesting as fresh wheatgrass juice. Some people try it once and immediately dislike the taste. Others take one small shot and feel something they haven't felt in years. Clarity, freshness, vitality. Almost like the body suddenly wakes up. That may sound exaggerated, but wheatgrass has fascinated natural health communities for decades because of its incredibly dense nutritional profile. It contains chlorophyll, antioxidants, enzymes, amino acids, and trace minerals that many modern diets barely provide anymore. And chlorophyll itself is fascinating. Its molecular structure is remarkably similar to hemoglobin, the protein responsible for carrying oxygen in human blood. Now, wheatgrass does not literally become blood, but researchers believe its chlorophyll content may help support oxygen-related functions, cellular health, and detoxification processes in ways that are still being studied today. What makes wheatgrass unique is that it feels less like a stimulant and more like concentrated nourishment. That's why people often describe the experience differently. Not wired, not hyper, just cleaner, lighter, more awake from the inside. For years, wellness centers and natural healing communities used fresh wheatgrass as a recovery tonic because it delivers nutrients modern processed diets frequently lack. And maybe that explains something important about fatigue today. Many people are trying to force energy into depleted bodies instead of nourishing the body deeply enough for energy to return naturally. Fresh wheatgrass is usually consumed in very small amounts, often just one concentrated shot. Some people grow it at home, others buy it fresh from juice bars or health stores. And while the flavor can feel intense at first, many people notice something surprising afterward. Their body feels alert without feeling overstimulated, because sometimes the body responds quickly when it finally receives what it has been missing. Number 6. Cacao with cinnamon. The ancient energy ritual of warriors and mystics. Not all exhaustion comes from the body. Some fatigue begins much deeper, inside the nervous system itself. The constant pressure, the overstimulation, the emotional weight modern people carry every single day. And that's what makes raw cacao so fascinating. Because unlike coffee, cacao usually doesn't create aggressive stimulation or nervous energy. Instead, many people describe it as warmth, grounded focus, emotional clarity. And ancient civilizations understood this long before modern science existed. The Mayans and Aztecs considered cacao sacred. In some traditions, it was consumed by warriors before battle and by spiritual leaders during ceremonies because it seemed to awaken both mental focus and emotional strength. Now science is beginning to explain why. Raw cacao naturally contains compounds like theobromine, magnesium, flavonoids, and antioxidants that support circulation, mood, and brain function. Theobromine is especially interesting because it stimulates the body far more gently than caffeine. Instead of creating a sudden spike followed by a crash, it tends to produce smoother and longer-lasting alertness. And cacao is also one of the richest natural sources of magnesium, a mineral deeply connected to nervous system balance, muscle recovery, relaxation, and energy production. That matters because chronic stress itself can deplete magnesium levels over time. So the more overwhelmed people become, the more depleted their bodies often feel. Adding cinnamon makes this drink even more balanced because cinnamon may help stabilize blood sugar and improve circulation. Together, cacao and cinnamon create a kind of energy that feels steady rather than chaotic, not frantic, not overwhelming. Just warm, focused, and emotionally grounding. To prepare it, mix unsweetened raw cacao powder with hot water or plant milk and add cinnamon. Some people add a small amount of honey or maple syrup for sweetness. Many people drink it in the morning. Others use it as an evening ritual instead of coffee, and maybe that's the deeper lesson this drink teaches. Energy is not only physical. Sometimes the body feels tired because the nervous system has been carrying too much for too long. Number 7. Korean ginseng tea. The natural drink that may reset your energy from the inside out. Modern exhaustion is different from the fatigue people experienced hundreds of years ago. Today, many people are not just physically tired. They are mentally overloaded, emotionally drained, constantly stressed. And over time, that stress changes the body itself. Sleep becomes lighter, focus becomes weaker, recovery becomes slower, even motivation starts disappearing. That's why Korean ginseng became one of the most respected medicinal plants in East Asia for thousands of years. In traditional Korean medicine, ginseng was considered a symbol of vitality, resilience, and longevity. Ancient healers believed it helped restore strength from deep within the body, rather than simply creating temporary stimulation. And modern science has discovered something fascinating. Ginseng belongs to a category of plants called adaptogens. Adaptogens are believed to help the body respond more efficiently to stress, both physical and emotional. That matters because chronic stress directly affects energy production, sleep quality, hormone balance, mental clarity, and even mitochondrial function. Korean ginseng contains active compounds called ginsenosides, which researchers have studied for their potential effects on stamina, cognitive performance, circulation, and nervous system balance. In simple terms, this plant may help the body become more resilient instead of simply more stimulated. And that difference changes everything, because artificial stimulants often borrow energy from tomorrow. But resilience helps the body create sustainable energy again. Traditionally, Korean ginseng tea is prepared by steeping slices of the root in hot water for several minutes. And many people notice something surprising after using it consistently. They stop crashing the way they used to. Because some plants temporarily excite the body, but others help the body remember how to recover its strength. And maybe that's the real lesson hidden behind all these drinks. Energy is not something you force endlessly with stronger stimulants and bigger crashes. Real energy is something the body creates naturally when it finally receives the hydration, minerals, circulation, nourishment, and recovery it has been missing. For generations, humans relied on plants, roots, teas, and natural rituals to support vitality. Then modern life replaced many of those traditions with artificial stimulation, processed ingredients, chronic stress, and exhaustion disguised as productivity. And maybe that's why so many people feel disconnected from their own bodies today. Not because the body is weak, but because it has been overwhelmed for too long. The beautiful part is that many of these natural solutions were never truly lost. They were simply forgotten. And sometimes the first step toward feeling alive again is not adding more intensity to your life, but removing the things that keep draining your energy in the first place. Which one of these natural drinks surprised you the most? Have you ever tried any of them before? Or do you already have a natural drink that completely changes your energy levels? Tell me in the comments below. I'd genuinely love to hear your experience. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content about natural health, longevity, energy, and forgotten wellness secrets that modern life almost erased. Because your body may be far more capable of healing, recovering, and feeling energized again than you've been taught to believe.